Hello folks, this is Scott with Honeybee Carry. Many of you have been calling and texting and emailing us wondering if the Mark 350 can be run in a DC configuration or if it's just AC power. Well, it's an AC powered designed unit, but it can be made to operate in DC configuration. This is a demonstration to show you how to do that. What we have here is we have a 400 watt inverter which hooks up to the battery back here, as you can see, and it takes the battery power, converts it to 110 so that the Mark 350 can operate and vaporize. This converter or inverter is readily available. Got this one at Walmart, costs $27. We'll go ahead and we'll turn it on. It goes ahead and it powers up, and as you can see, maybe you can see, it's showing that it's drawn 14.5 volts from the battery. So what it's doing is it's pulling the DC juice from the battery, and it's going to convert that into 110 volt to operate the Mark 350. Okay, so that's the hookup over there on the car, and as you can see, the power cord comes over across the ground and up to the hive and up to the Mark 350 that's plugged in. And just so you can see, over here we've got just regular oxalic acid wood bleach, and we've already got a cap set up, and we're going to treat this this 2 deep hive. So because it's got 2 deeps, it's going to require 1 gram. So we've got a half teaspoon of oxalic acid already over there, and we've got the Mark 350, and we'll go ahead and turn that on and let it come up to temperature. Right now it's just going through its power checks and everything, and it's starting to do its warm-up. We'll come back to it here in a little bit once it is all brought up to temp. So these hives that we're going to treat today, this is a ventilated hive, and that's just a half-inch hole with some screen across it, and we've just gone ahead and we put some duct tape across it just to close it off so the vapor won't escape there when we get to the part of treating the hives. Okay, this is some details and instructions, operating instructions that we send out with every Mark 350 to the final user. And on the back side, we've got a little conversion table which tells you how much oxalic acid you should be using for each hive. And we're going to find that we're going to use 2 grams for a 2-box brood chamber. And when we want to convert 2 grams, we're going to find that's equivalent to a half teaspoon of oxalic acid. As I showed you before, we have half teaspoon already set up in the cup, and then we'll go ahead and we'll shoot this. We won't put this in the hive, but we'll go ahead and we'll shoot it so that you can see it operating, because you're not going to be able to see it operate once it's inside the hive. Alright, so we're up to 227, and we're going to go ahead and get ready to oxidize this cap of oxalic acid for you. Okay, so we got the cap on and we got it all set up, and we're going to flip it over here and we'll step back and we'll watch it vaporize that cup of oxalic acid. And we've got it running, and as you can see, it doesn't take it really all that long to vaporize a half teaspoon of oxalic acid. It's really a short process. Okay, we're back up to temperature here, And we got another cup of oxalic acid ready, and we'll go ahead and we'll get the unit set and we'll get it in the hive. So we used screen bottom boards here. So what I've got is a piece of coroplast that we're going to slide in there to block off the bottom of the hive. And we put a grid on it so that tomorrow, 24 hours later, we can pull it out. So we got the Mark 350 all set up here again, and what we'll do is we'll flip it over and we'll get it inserted in the hive. Now that we got the coroplast in the bottom to block the screen bottom board, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're done. We'll go ahead and we'll get the Mark 350 pulled out, get it shut off, and that hive is finished. And it was all operated off this EverStart 400 watt voltage inverter with no AC power from a generator or from a house. You can do your oxalic acid treatments with your vehicle and a battery and a voltage inverter. No extension cords required from the house or no generator required. Makes it nice and simple. And tomorrow we'll put one together on how to do it. If you can't get your vehicle for whatever reason out to where your hives are, maybe you have a Maserati and you don't have the ground clearance to get it out there, but we'll put a video on how to make that happen. Till then, good luck.